Hello, my beautiful souls. How are you? So, I did promise a YouTube video to talk about my mentoring and what that means to me. So, it is a form of life coaching, but I don't like the word life coach. So, I do spiritual mentoring. It has a lot of the same practices, and I have, and I do, and I will always keep studying ways to be a life coach and ways to not only better other people but myself, because I think in order for me to be a good mentor, I have to be learning and I have to be improving myself. So a lot of my teachings, especially when I'm trying to draw people in, I talk about my own mistakes and my own struggles and everything I've been through, because then you know too, if our energy connects, if I've been through what you've been through, there's going to be real, not just empathy there, but real understanding, which is especially why I like to deal with people who don't really understand what happiness is. So, people who struggle with their negative thinking, people who struggle with depression and anxiety, these are things I've lived. I live these every day. So, I like to help people with that. So, I use the word mentor because it comes from a place of love, it comes from a place of connection. It's very, I'm your mentor. I'm half teacher, half mother, half, you know, friendly presence that's holding space with you and not judging you. I know that I have to have boundaries with my clients, and I do. So we're not best friends, we're not chummy, we're just two souls in a room working things out for you. And everything I go into is all about the other person. Um, my sessions are based on life coaching, so they are based there. I just find life coaching to be a little harsh, very tough love, very do this or else we don't continue. Whereas I just rethink and we just go in another direction, and it's a lot smoother, it's a lot softer, it's a lot more maternal is a great word for it. I don't do it for you, but I don't dismiss you because your fear has you immobile either. So what we do in my sessions is the very first sessions we go into your subconscious and we find what holds you back. We find what limiting beliefs you have. We find those unhelpful stories that you tell yourself. And we work out why you're doing it and why you feel you're not enough and why you feel that you can't do something. We work on all of this and we get it all the way up to the front and we clear it out. And we break everything down into manageable steps for you. So I do have a few notes. So like I never edit. I'm very authentic in my videos. I do have a few notes, and by few notes I mean I actually have a blog that I've done on this same topic up on the thing, and I'm just sort of looking at it to make sure I don't forget anything important. So we get all of those stories, all of those limiting beliefs, and we find out why they're there and how we can get through to them and how we can get what I call your inner critic and your inner guide to switch their roles, because we all listen to our inner critic all the time, every day. Listen, listen, listen as it tells us everything that's wrong with us. We tend to ignore our inner guide. So we like to switch that around a bit in our first sessions. We set our goals and we set them, and I've got beautiful tables that I pull up for my clients, and we set our goals and then we break them down and down and down and down until we have daily steps. And it might take 1 month, 3 months, 6 months to reach your goals, but we're going to give you weekly, daily steps to take to get through your goals, so that you know that I wake up on Monday, I do these 4 things. And then I wake up on Tuesday and I do these 3 things, and on Wednesday I might do 5 things, and then I'll do 3 things on Thursday. And in 4 weeks' time, yay, I've got this. And that's how I do all of my studies. So when I do study and I get my certifications and everything, I actually do that. I write myself a little roster and a little list, and I just every day. And I've done some courses in 4 weeks, just because I've gone, okay, I'll do one module on Monday, and then I'll study that module on Tuesday, and then I'll do a module on Wednesday, study that module on Thursday. On Friday, I'm going to write up all of the notes that I want to keep, and then we start again. So you can do it, and I do it all the time for myself, so I know it works. As a mentor, it's my place to nurture you, encourage you, praise you. I celebrate with you. It's not my place to judge you, rush you, mislead you, or give up on you. So a lot of life coaches, if you're struggling through fear and you can't kind of follow through on your commitments, they will go, it's not for us to work together. I am a little different to that. I will stay with you, and so you come to me and go, oh, I didn't do that. So we'll talk about why you didn't do it and what the fear was there, and we'll work through that fear and try again. So I don't give up as easily as some life coaches would. I give you the truth, but I don't give you the cold, hard, callous truth. I give you the truth as you can handle it. So I won't lie to you, but I won't be mean and cruel to you either. I believe in nurturing you. I believe in holding space with you. And holding space is just to be there with you on your journey, watching, encouraging, celebrating, never judging, just being there. And this is what I like to do at the same time as nurturing you and giving you space to forgive and nurture yourself. And I really love watching as you get that, as you go through and you finally go like, I can do this. That's what I love, and that's what I'm going for. So a lot of people always want to know, how do I know anything is possible? I don't know what they've been through. Their life is so terrible. Blah, blah. So I quickly can talk about myself. And so the reason I feel I'm qualified as a life mentor, spiritual mentor, and that I'm qualified to help you reach your goals from where you are. I grew up as a victim. So it was written right across my forehead. I've written many blogs about it. You can go and look at my blogs. There's Sarah's Flights of Fancy on Blogger. I'll even put a link down the bottom of this. You can go and look at all of my things. I've talked about growing up as a victim. I've talked about what's happened in my childhood. I've talked about my mental health. So I grew up as a victim. I never had a voice of my own. I ended up believing I was as worthless as the people who were meant to be nurturing me told me I was. And I took that into adulthood. So I was just this wounded child in an adult body, walking around with victim written right across my head. And you know what happens when you have victim written right across your head? You're everybody's victim. Friends that used me, men that sexually assaulted me, men that physically abused me, bad relationships, strange men on the street would pick me out of every woman there to come up to and do the wrong thing to. I just had victim written all over me. So I grew up and I worked all of that stuff out. So now I can tell you, I am a survivor of childhood abuse, death-defying situations, sexual assault, self-harming behaviors, suicide attempts, and self-loathing. I have been through it all. I am a survivor of mental illness. All these things made me stronger, and they gave me a really deep-seated empathy for people. I understand. You can go as low and dark as you like, and I've been there. I've done that. I've worked that through for myself and I've come out the other side. It took me 40 years to be able to do this, to be able to sit here and go, this is me. I am fucking amazing. And if you don't believe me, you can throw it off because this is me. I can stand tall now. I can shrug off the harsh judgments of society. It doesn't bother me. When people say mean things about me, I'm like, yeah, it's out of jealousy. It's out of jealousy. It's their issues. It's not my issues. And I can do that now. But it took me 40 years. 40 years of really caring what people said about me. 40 years of trying to please everybody. 40 years of being a doormat. I don't want anybody else to have to go 40 years before realizing they don't have to do that. So I see beauty everywhere. I see the divine everywhere. I see how the universe is loving us everywhere. But I'm also not afraid of delving into the shadows and doing the really deep, dark, hard work. I'm a really big believer in shadow work. I'm a really big believer in embracing those other emotions that most people try and hide. So I'm not all love and light and lollipops. I think anger has a place. I think envy is a natural human trait. So is selfishness. And we can talk about these things and we can see them in a new light, in a light that they're not something that you want to walk around with every day, but sometimes you have to be selfish, and that's okay, because selfish can be the first step to self-care. So I am fucking amazing, because I just told you, but I am deeply spiritual. I am profoundly grounded. I'm always authentic, and I am 100% motivated to help my clients. My life calling is to do whatever the fuck I want. And what I want to do is help other people. So that's another belief I have. Like, life calling, it's all very well and it's all very nice, but all a life calling is something you really, really want to do. So for the next 10 years, it might be, I want to help people. Then my life calling might be go and sit on a beach and drink margaritas all day. You never know. But for now, my calling is to help people. And I want to start with you. So please look me up and look at my packages. It does cost a little bit of money, but talk to me. We can do a payment plan. We can do something. I really want to help people, and I need to survive while I help people. This is how I make my money. But you talk to me and we can work something out. There you go. That was it. So like I said, if you want to know more about my childhood traumas or my mental health or anything like that, to see if we really can be a match, I'll put my blog link on this video. So check it out. And you can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm pretty active on Facebook, and I try with Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, that's all I have for you. So thank you for listening again, my beautiful, lovely souls.